High school football is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Paul Parker Field in Gaston, Indiana, it's Mid-Eastern Conference football action as the Eastern Hancock Royals take on the Wes-Del Warriors. Good evening. Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight as we get set for Wes-Del's second game of the season. This is week 3, but the Warriors were bitten by the COVID cancellation bug in week 1 as they had to drop a game with Clinton Prairie over in Frankfort. Wes-Del comes in with a record of 0-1. Losers last week against Tri-Central 50-26, a game Wes-Del actually led after a quarter, but lost going away in the final 3 periods of action. Ryan Cole, the first-year head coach here at Wes-Del, still looking for his first varsity head coaching win in high school football. Had a chance to chat with him briefly before the game. He said the kids are ready to go. They're raring to go. And we're only about 10 minutes away, give or take a few nickels here, from getting this one underway tonight in Gaston. It's a cloudy, humid, warm night to start things out. We'll cool off as the sun sets and the night goes on, probably down into the 60s before this one is over. But at kickoff, we're going to be hovering right around the 80-degree mark, and it'll be sticky and muggy, and kids are going to have to drink a lot of water and Gatorade, Powerade again tonight to stay hydrated in this contest. We mentioned Wes-Del at 0-1. They haven't played a league game. Eastern Hancock has. The Royals are 2-0 overall, 1-0 in MEC action. The Royals won their opener over Alexandria 37-27, and then last week beat North Decatur in the conference opener. The score in that one was 27-20. This game matches two coaches who are in their first year at their schools. Phil Morris is leading the EH Royals football program this year, and he's looking to go 3-0 right out of the chute in the 2021 season. Glad to have you along tonight for the ride. Really appreciate having your ears for a while. Drop me a line on Twitter at Delco Preps. I'd love to know where in Indiana or around the world, for that matter, you might be listening to the ball game. These games are archived immediately after they're concluded, the broadcasts, and you can listen to your heart's content over at YouTube if you want. Tomorrow, Sunday, Labor Day. And while we're on the topic of Labor Day, happy Labor Day weekend early to all of you hardworking men and women out there. We appreciate everything you do for everyone you're doing it for. Eastern Hancock has a couple of pretty good weapons offensively. They have a 4-year starter at quarterback in Houston Swan. He's a 6'1", 205 senior and completes 53% of his passes on the year. In the backfield, they have a kid by the name of Cole Rainbolt, who is their rushing leader. He comes in with a pair of 100-yard games under his belt already in the 2021 season. And he's a dangerous guy. 3 of the TDs scored this season by Eastern Hancock belong to the legs of one Cole Rainbolt. But they are not a 2-man team. They're pretty strong. They really like to run the ball more than throw it, although they have thrown it a little bit more than a lot of teams. You look at Swan coming in 2 games, 19 for 36 through the air for 333 yards. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, but he's also thrown 4 interceptions. So that might be a place where Wes-Del defensively can take advantage and get a couple turnovers on picks in the secondary. But they're a very good, well-rounded football team, and Ryan Cole expects a heavy dose of run tonight from the kids from Eastern Hancock. Other games around the county tonight, Delta at lunchtime had a game dumped on them. Shelbyville called and said, we can't play. Delta put a game together in just a matter of hours, and now they're at Lewis Cass tonight to play. Muncie Central at Anderson Yorktown at New Palestine. I said to someone today, name the last time Yorktown and New Pal played, and Yorktown was 2-0 and New Pal was 0-2. Got to be well before the Kyle Ralph era began at New Pal, maybe 10 or 20 years ago, before those circumstances would be repeated if you go back in the archives. But Yorktown having a really nice start. They've put it on a couple of weaker North Central Conference teams in Anderson and Muncie Central, and we'll see what the Tigers and Mike Wilhelm can do down in Hancock County. That's still a big, big bill to pay to go down to New Pal and pick up a win, but we wish all the DC teams playing tonight good health and good luck along the way. Mentioned earlier the muggy weather tonight, and it will be a factor. There's hardly any wind at all, just a really gentle breeze blowing from the north to the south. And at Paul Parker Field, that's from the north end zone to the south end zone. It's basically blowing the length of the field, not across the field, and shouldn't be much in terms of impacts on the kicking game or impacts on the passing games by either team. Wes-Del comes in with not only a first-year coach, but a first-year quarterback and a first-year high school football player in Evan Weitzel. He's 10 of 23 in the air after last week's loss. He threw 3 touchdowns. So Evan, a guy who is an outstanding basketball player, out for football as a senior and doing a pretty good job so far for his coach, Ryan Cole. And, of course, you got Will Kelly, who can run it big time behind you, and 4 really good receivers, and Nauman, Light, Buckner, and Adams. This could be an interesting game. It could be a lot closer than a lot of people think here tonight in Gaston, Indiana. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll set up the starting lineups and get this underway. It's Eastern Hancock and Wes-Del after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Paul Parker Field. We're just a few minutes before the kickoff of tonight's MEC game. Eastern Hancock and Wes-Del have taken the field here, and we're not very far away from getting this one underway tonight, just south of the town of Gaston. Fashion report tonight, Wes-Del in their home unis, maroon, with white trim and lettering bordered around maroon, and a white stripe up the pant leg with maroon helmets. Eastern Hancock will be on the road in the whites with the blue trim and blue lettering, and they look sharp. They look good on paper. So that'll be a really good game in this one tonight. Mentioned some players by name earlier, and I got to tell you, been doing this a long time, been covering high school sports for a long time, and I haven't seen many guys who line up at 6'4" and 380. But Wes-Del has a nose tackle named Deshaun Davis who tips the scale at 6'4" and 380. He's an eclipse maker even when there's no eclipse coming. So he is an armload to handle, and we'll see how Eastern Hancock schemes him on the inside of that Wes-Del defense. Starting tonight for Wes-Del offensively, Evan Weitzel will be the quarterback with Will Kelly behind him at running back. The four wideouts are A.J. Nauman, Cameron Buckner, Alex Light, and Trey Adams. The lineman up front, Kingston Browning getting a start at center tonight. The guards are Caden Bartram and Jalen Godby. The tackles for Wes-Del are Eric Lehman and Levi Crabtree. Defensively for the Warriors, three-man front with Davis at the nose, and on the ends, it's Eric Lehman and Caden Bartram. 5 men in the linebacker core, Grayson Mealy, a freshman at middle linebacker. The inside backers are A.J. Nauman and Devin Groh. Cameron Buckner and Will Kelly are the outside backers. Three-man secondary with Alex Light and John Justin at cornerback. Trey Adams is the free safety for Ryan Cole's Wes-Del Warriors. Teams are being introduced on the field. We're not far away from the anthem and the kickoff of the game. Now the Star Spangled Banner.
To the south end of the football stadium. In 2001, the United States launched a war in Afghanistan. Operation Enduring Freedom began October 7, 2001, as a part of President George W. Bush's wider war against terrorism after the 9/11 attacks. On August 31st, the last of the American troops exited Afghanistan, ending the longest war in U.S. history. On August 26th, 13 American service members were killed in a suicide bombing in Kabul, Afghanistan. The 13 flags displayed are to honor those soldiers who gave their lives as they worked to ensure safe passage of others during the final hours of the conflict. All told, 20,727 members of the U.S. military were wounded during our operations in Afghanistan. A total of 2,475 were killed. Will you please join in a moment of silence, not only to honor these 13 heroic soldiers, but to also remember all of those veterans' families, current servicemen and women, who have given the ultimate sacrifice in the service of their country. Thank you. And if you would please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. It will be played tonight by the Wes-Del Pep Band under the direction of Mr. Stephen Driscoll, with drum majors Dawson Sexton and Rylan Osborne in direction.
We're just about set to go. The teams will come to the sidelines. Wes-Del is already there, and Eastern Hancock, who lined up along the end line in the south end zone for all of that, will be headed over to the east side of the stadium in just a moment. Team captains will come out and reenact the ceremonial coin toss. Charles Dempsey, by the way, is our referee tonight. He will take care of that. Wes-Del will send a pair of Warriors out as captains tonight. Jalen Godby and Alex Light will take care of those duties, and there go the Royals over toward their side of the stadium. We're not too far away from getting this underway. Great to have you along. Pull up a chair, sit in the co-pilot seat for the next couple of hours as we decide a winner and a loser in this one tonight. If you're around tomorrow, it's Kay Saunders Classic weekend here at Wes-Del. Some really good small school, high school volleyball, if you like that sort of thing. Eastern Hancock will send a pair of kids out as captains tonight. One of them is Chase Riggs. I'm being screened temporarily by the other one. Wes-Del will take the opening toss honors and will take the ball. They'll receive. The other captain tonight was Houston Swan for Eastern Hancock. So Wes-Del is going to get first crack at it tonight in this one to decide whether Eastern Hancock stays unblemished in the league race or whether they pick up their first L, and whether Ryan Cole can pick up his first W in this one tonight. Great to be here. Excellent hospitality here at Wes-Del as always. Thanks to Kai Denny, the athletic director, and the rest of his game day staff for the things they do for us and the rest of the working media here. And we're about set to go. Good crowd tonight, and the kids from Eastern Hancock traveled really well. You look across the way, and they've just about filled their seating bowl across the way here. Wes-Del will have twin deep men. Evan Weitzel and Alex Light will be the deepest of them and around the 5-yard line. Eastern Hancock will tee it up and will kick it away. And as usual, number one kicking, or is it 11? Really can't tell yet. There's no one on their roster. That's why I asked. Here's the kick. It's high, short, end over end, comes down at the 20, taken by a short man who brings it straight upfield across the 30 to around the 33-yard line. That was either Will Kelly or Buckner. We'll wait till they umpire. It was Will Kelly. So Wes-Del with decent field position. They'll start this drive at their own 33-yard line. And again, it's going to be Evan Weitzel at quarterback, Will Kelly behind him at running back, Nauman, Buckner, Light, and Adams are the wideouts. On 1st and 10, they'll send Buckner wide right. That's across the way with twins wide here on the near side. On the first offensive snap of the night for Wes-Del in the pistol is Weitzel. He'll hand inside to Will Kelly, who's hit behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll take about a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12 coming up. If you saw my Twitter feed about a half hour ago, you saw the photos of the display at the end of the stadium here on the south end. They put up 13 short American flags, and at half staff the American flag in honor of the 13 American servicemen and women who died in Afghanistan last week. Back to throw it to the right side. It looks like they're going to mark it complete, and it is, to around the 34. Buckner with a 9-yard catch, and it'll be 3rd down and long. Third and 9. Ball sitting on the far hash. That's the right side of the field as the offense looks at it. Man wide way over here on the near side between the hash mark and the numbers and they'll send a man in motion. Weitzel has it, has time, drops, throwing long down the hash marks. It's going to be overthrown and incomplete at around the 30-yard line, and that'll bring up fourth down. That looked like Buckner out there, and it was the intended receiver. So it's going to be 3 and out on the opening drive of the night for Wes-Del. They'll kick it away. Line of scrimmage is the Wes-Del 34, so a net 1 yard of offense in that first series by the Warriors. They'll kick it away with twin deep men. Short snap, nearly blocked. It might have been tipped. It's going to hit around the 42 and take a backward roll to the 44, and Wes-Del will kill it right there. We'll take a break. 10:26 to go. First quarter scoreless on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school sports.
Let's stick together. Let's listen to each other and support one another. Let's work hard, follow health and safety protocols, always mask up, be sure to get a flu shot, and never get complacent or careless.
If we do, I believe that we will have a great high school sports season. I believe that we will win. I'm Paul Neidig, Commissioner of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
And I'm Carrie Schludecker, Assistant Commissioner.
On behalf of every high school in Indiana, thank you for your support.
This is commitment. This is self-discipline. This is teamwork. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ball game. A first down sweep, a 6-yard pickup for the Royals on a carry by Arnold, and it's second and a fat 4 right at midfield. Here's Swan on the quarterback keeper. He has first down yardage into Wes-Del territory, all the way down to around the 42-yard line. That's an 8-yard gain on the first carry of the night by Swan. It's the first down of the night by the Royals as they push into enemy territory at the 41-yard line. They're going to give him 9 yards on that carry. So a couple of good running plays, one each way, left and right. And here on 1st and 10, one back, 2 wideouts on the left side, man in motion. Fumbled snap. It must have grazed a lineman coming out, and they fall on it, does Eastern Hancock, for a loss of about 2 or 3 yards. They're going to mark it at the 43. That's a fumble -2, and it makes it second and 12 rather. Ball on the far hash. Eastern Hancock moving it left to right across your computer screen or your smartphone, whichever you choose. And in the pistol, Swan waiting on the snap. Man comes in motion. That's Arnold. They'll give it to Arnold, sweeping right. Stops, looking for a block, and he's going to be buried on a nice tackle for loss by the Wes-Del defense. Unpiling there and getting credit for the first hit will be Will Kelly, who came up from his linebacker spot to take him down at the 46-yard line. -3. 3rd and long. Ball spotted at the Wes-Del 46-yard line. 3.5 minutes into the game. Eastern Hancock looking to convert here with twin wideouts left and a flanker right. Quick throw, bubble screen out to the flat. It's caught and taken to the 40 and to about the 35. Should be well short of the first down. Catch that time was taken by Braden Sullivan. It's a gain of about 7 yards. 4th down coming up, and they're going to go. And now a whistle, and the referee, Charles Dempsey, takes the timeout temporarily. 4th and about 7 yards to go. The Royals need the 31-yard line. Empty backfield for Swan. They go 5 wide. Snap to Swan. He's under pressure. Throws complete, but it's going to be short at around the 32 or 33-yard line. He's going to be short on a completion out there. O'Neal hauled it in. They got 5 when they needed 7, and that gives the ball back to Wes-Del. So the Warriors hold.
33-yard line, 1st and 10.
And the second drive of the night for the Warriors begins at their own 32-yard line. Twin wideouts to the right, 1 wide here on the near side with Weitzel in the pistol and Kelly behind him. There's the snap, option right. Weitzel tucks it up, can't get much, and a flag comes flying in as well on what amounts to about no gain for Wes-Del. And it looks like it might be a blocking foul on the Warriors. It's holding against Wes-Del. So the no gain will be wiped off as Weitzel struggled to get any gain, and the march off is going to go back 10 yards. And it'll be 1st and 20. First penalty of the night goes against Wes-Del. And the infraction was by Deshaun Davis. 1st and 20. The 23-yard line. Trips wide right. That's across the way with 1 wide here left on the near side. Weitzel dropping, throwing, caught at around the 31-yard line. Taken down right away, but a nice catch by Alex Light. Gain of 8 yards. Light with a nice grab, but the defense did a nice job. They were right on him. As soon as it hit his hands, he was in the grasp of a defender. But that gets you some breathing room. Now it's 2nd and 11. It's not 1st and 20 anymore. You need to pick up several more on this play. Twins wide here near side, 1 wide right across the way far side. Man goes in motion. It's going to be a sweep after a handoff to him. Not much running room for Trey Adams. He struggled to get to around the 34-yard line. Gain of 2. 3rd and long. 3rd and a fat 8 for the Warriors. 6:52 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Wes-Del punted on its opening drive. Eastern Hancock turned it over on downs on their opening drive. Triplets wide here on the near side. That's the left end of the formation for Weitzel on 3rd down. He'll roll left. He's a right-handed thrower. Under pressure. He tucks it. He's going to run it. Gets it to around the 39-yard line. Flags come flying. We'll wait to see. It's a 5-yard gain for Weitzel, who lost his helmet. That could be an indication of a face mask. We'll wait and see. Let's see what the infraction is. It is a personal foul and a face mask as Weitzel's headgear came off over here near his own sideline. And they'll march it off from the 40. So he picked up 6 yards on the run, and it'll be a 1st down by penalty. That'll move the ball into Royals territory all the way to the 45-yard line. Costly penalty, 15 big ones. So Wes-Del has its first down by penalty, and they're across midfield for the first time tonight with 6:20 remaining in the first period. Still in the pistol is Weitzel with 1 running back, 2 wide left, 1 wide right, way over to the right. Handoff inside, Will Kelly. Nice running room, straight ahead to the secondary. Got into the backers and took it all the way to around the 40-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Kelly. His second one of the night. 2 carries, 3 yards unofficially. That breaks up 5 yards to go on 2nd down. Wes-Del looking to get on the scoreboard first. Weitzel waiting on the snap, sends Adams in motion, brings the option play to the left side of the short side, and he is banged down for a 1-yard loss on a terrific play back there by linebacker Caden Nation. It's a loss of 1. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. Terrific play. So now you're 3rd and medium with 6 yards to go. Let's see if the Warriors put it in the air again. They've already thrown 3 times tonight. Weitzel standing at the 45 waiting. Quick throw to the right. Caught out there. Nauman has it. Jukes a defender. Fights forward for about 4 yards, but he'll be short of the first down. His first catch of the night. That'll make it 4th down and a fat 2 just outside the 37-yard line. Wes-Del appears to be going with 4:38 and rolling left in the first period. Let's see if they go. They're going to line up. They're show and go. We'll see if they can convert. Scoreless game. Wes-Del in its second offensive series trying to get another first down, and a lineman jumped the snap count, and he puts his hands on his head, his helmet, and looks up at the sky. He knew he messed up. That's going to cost him 5 yards, and now it's 4th and long. Looked like Levi Crabtree, who was the guilty party.
4th and 7 for the Warriors.
Second penalty of the night for 15 yards against Wes-Del, and they're going to go on 4th and what amounts to 7 yards to go at the EH 42. Twins wide here on the near side, the Wes-Del side of the field. Weitzel will drop, flushed, running room. Can he get there? Cuts it upfield. He's got first down yardage and more as he fights to the 31-yard line. A nice 12-yard scramble by Weitzel. And Wes-Del has another first down, their second one of the night. The first one they've gotten that didn't involve a penalty, and we have a marker down at the 49-yard line, and that's usually not good news for the offense. With a flag in your backfield, let's see what the infraction is. This might wipe out a really nice Evan Weitzel run. Here's the signal, holding against Wes-Del. Well, forget about that 12-yard run by Weitzel. That'll move them all the way back to their own 41-yard line. Wow. Just can't have that. So now it's 4th and halfway to town. About 23, 24 yards to go at the Wes-Del 41. They're back in punt formation. We have a whistle temporarily as the referee says, let me get this debris off the field. 2 and deep men for the Royals at around their 25-yard line. Good snap. Kick away. It's low. It's a buzzsaw top spinner. It's fumbled on the reception. The receiver picks it up on the run. That's O'Neal, and he gets to the 34-yard line. That'll do it for Wes-Del's second possession. They don't get much going for it. We'll keep it right here. 3:37 left in the opening quarter. Scoreless game. Second drive of the night coming up for Eastern Hancock. They'll open it up at their own 34-yard line. Royals in the pistol with that big quarterback of theirs, Swan, with one running back with him, Mr. Lonely. Here's a misdirection give inside and a nice run off the left side for a couple of yards that time by Cole Rainbolt. They're going to give him 2 on the carry. First call, first carry of the night for Rainbolt. 2nd and 8 yards to go. They're going to give him 3. I'll give him 3. I'll be kind. 2nd and 7. At around the 37-yard line. Here's the quarterback keeper by Swan to the right. Wes-Del smelled it out pretty good. 2 or 3 defenders there to take Swan down. That's Nauman. And John Justin on the tackle. 4-yard pickup. Make it 5 for Swan. And it's 3rd and 2 at the 42-yard line. Final 2:31 in the first quarter in a scoreless game. Thanks for riding along on the shotgun chair tonight. Now under center for the first time, Swan hands straight ahead on a dive play, and it should be enough to nudge the stick. It's going to be very close on another carry by Rainbolt. They're going to mark him just short. It'll be, nope, they're going to give it to him. The referee said, move the chain. Wow. Okay. Just enough. Rainbolt picks it up. Second first down of the game for Eastern Hancock. Exactly 2 minutes rolling off the clock here in the opening period. First and 10. Play action. Swan rolling left under pressure. Throws to the sideline. Caught by Riggs to the 40 and run out of bounds in Wes-Del territory. 18-yard gain to Riggs. Riggs with his first catch of the game. And Swan is 3 out of 3 through the air and another first down. Pretty play. Riggs is a big fella himself, 6'2", 205. Most of the skill position players for the Royals are upperclassmen. Let's see what they do on first and 10 at the Wes-Del 38. Final 1:40 of the opening period. Now back in the pistol. Swan play action. Drops under pressure. Deep throw. Far sideline. Caught. It'll be taken into the end zone for a touchdown. Zach Arnold makes the catch and takes it to pay dirt. It's a 38-yard touchdown and a 6-0 Eastern Hancock lead. Beautiful throw and catch. Really, really nice play action fake. And he got free on the left side. And now on to try the PAT is number 11, Aaron Redmond. Just a sophomore. Really nice drive. Redmond waiting, and now flags before the snap. Illegal procedure against the Royals. As an ex-kicker, I can tell you that is not enjoyable. He'll try it again. This will be basically a 25-yard extra point. The holder is Landon O'Neill. Right-footed kicker. Good snap and hold. Kick on the way. It's no good. Wide left. We'll take the break. 1:31 to go first quarter. It's 6-0 Eastern Hancock on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They're about persistence and perseverance, no matter how big the challenge.
The high schools in our community are going through a difficult time, but our fall sports season is off to a strong start. And with your patience, flexibility, and unwavering support, we think we'll have a surprisingly good year.
Most important of all, we've got to follow virus protocols and get a flu shot. So let's stay after it. Let's not give up. I'm Carrie Schludecker.
And I'm Robert Falkins. We're both assistant commissioners of the Indiana High School Athletic Association.
Our high school coaches and student athletes, thank you for your support.
This is persistence. This is perseverance. This is positivity. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
High school sports are about...
Welcome back to the ball game. A short kickoff. It'll be fielded at the 36-yard line. That was one of Wes-Del's upmen, John Justin, who ran back about 5 yards and caught it. And Wes-Del has good field position for this drive, starting at their own 36-yard line. See if the Warriors can get a scoring drive. That scoring drive by Eastern Hancock was 66 yards. Beautiful throw and catch of 38 yards from Swan to Arnold for the touchdown. On 1st and 10 with 1:30 to go in the period, Wes-Del goes back to work offensively. Weitzel, hands inside. Good running room for about 4 yards on the inside that time. It's going to be 2nd and 6. Devin Groh was the ball carrier, by the way. Give him 4. 2nd and 6. Weitzel waiting on a snap. He's got it. Handoff inside. Not a lot of running room as they go to Groh again for 2 or maybe 3 yards to around the 43-yard line.
This time wrapped up by number 52, Caden Nation. Give him a couple on the play. 3rd and 3.
They're down 3 yards to go for Wes-Del at their own 43. They need to get to the 46 to roll it over. Weitzel, hands inside. Groh again. Nice cut off the block for first down yardage and into Royals territory at the EH 49-yard line. 8-yard gain that time for Groh, who's given him a nice burst. And it's a Wes-Del first down, the 3rd of the night by the Warriors, and they're now on the Royals side of the field at the 49. The chain gang loves this because the clock is going to run out and they only have to flip the field 2 yards instead of 98, which I've seen before. That's the end of the first period. We'll take the break with them after 12 minutes of football. It's Eastern Hancock 6, Wes-Del nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Do you remember the high school cheer? 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
I do. And the high school teams in our community appreciate all of you. They need to hear your voice, loud and proud, more than ever before.
They need your enthusiasm. They need your attendance at their games and meets. And they need for you to follow virus protocols, get a flu shot, so that they can have a great year.
Your positive, supportive voice is appreciated more than you know. I'm Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Sandra Walter. We're both assistant commissioners at the IHSAA. Thank you again for your enthusiastic support of high school sports.
This is passion. This is enthusiasm. This is community pride. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ball game. We flipped the field all of 2 yards, and now Wes-Del moving north to south, left to right as we move to second quarter action. Ball right in the middle of the field at the Eastern Hancock 49-yard line. It's a first down and 10 yards to go for Wes-Del with Weitzel and one man there with him, and they hand it straight ahead, huge hole into the secondary to around the 38-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. Is that Groh again? It is Groh again, and he grows his total with a first down run of 11 yards. Wow. 4 carries, 25 yards unofficially for Groh, and it's 1st and 10 at the EH 38-yard line. One man wide here on the near side, 2 split wide on the left side across the way. On first down, Weitzel has it. He hands straight ahead again. Groh is wearing him out with runs between the guards. Takes it to the 35-yard line. 3-yard pickup for Groh, who's done nice work since taking his spot in the backfield. He'll come out now for a quick breather and take a little bit of a rest. Groh is a sophomore, 5'6", 180. He looks like a fire hydrant. Tough to tackle, low center of gravity. 2nd and 7. Weitzel looking left, throwing left. It's caught, taken inside the 30, 25, down around the 23-yard line on a nice completion that time. Looks like Nauman on the receiving end, and it is. Nauman with a gain all the way to the 23. So it's a 12-yard completion from Weitzel to Nauman. That's his second catch of the game for 16 yards. Another first down for Wes-Del. They have 5 in the game now. First down, a fresh 4 at the Eastern Hancock 23-yard line. Wes-Del threatening to tie, if not take the lead. Here's a handoff to the right side. Will Kelly, stagger cut. Nice job to get free of the first tackler. Took it to around the 21-yard line. 2-yard pickup. Has a tough run that time by Kelly. It'll be second and 8 yards to go. Right in the middle of the field. Only score of the game was Eastern Hancock's long touchdown pass a few moments ago, late first quarter. Wes-Del threatening to get even here with trips wide on the right side on the near sideline as we look at it here on the near side of the field. Weitzel has it, looks, throws, complete. It's taken inside the 10 and fumbled. And a Wes-Del player falls on it. Wow, that Buckner with a heads-up play to fall on it after the catch and fumble.
Fumble on the play is recovered by the Warriors. Ball resting on the 9-yard line.
Well, the catch was taken down around the 10, fumbled to the 8-yard line. Wes-Del with the fumble and the recovery, and it's first and goal at the 8-yard line. Wes-Del threatening to get even. Handoff inside, Grow, straight ahead, running down inside the 5 to around the 4-yard line. A bowling ball coming at you fast. And a gain of 4 by Grow. And it'll be second and goal. And if I'm calling the plays, I'm dialing up 30 straight ahead again because he's been very good in that part of the field. Second and goal at the 4-yard line, ball on the near hash. 8:53 to go in the first half. A 6-0 contest. Royals leading, but maybe not for long. Weitzel with Grow behind him and to his right in the pistol. The snap. Handoff straight ahead. Grow fighting to the end zone. Touchdown! Wes-Del scores on a 4-yard dive by Grow. And just that fast, we have a tie game. Nicely done. 6-6 now on the scamper by Grow. 8:37 to go before halftime. And now on to try to break the tie comes the place kicker for Wes-Del. I believe it's Cole Adams. Kick is up. Kick is good. It's not Cole Adams. Give credit for the PAT. Ryan Gillespie with the kick, and Wes-Del has taken the lead. 8:37 to go, first half. Wes-Del 7, Eastern Hancock 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is a tough time for all of us, and it is an especially tough time for high school students and high school.
Welcome back to the game. Kickoff all the way to the 20-yard line. Here's the return by Arnold for Eastern Hancock. Rolls to the right, goes to the far sideline. Nice return, and should be a horse collar tackle on the end of it at around the 46-yard line. So it's a big return, 26 yards for Arnold, and some more on a personal foul. It's very likely coming up here on that horse collar tackle. Defender got his hand inside the back between the helmet and the top of the shoulder pads and yanked him down. And that's exactly what we've got here. So great field position coming up for Eastern Hancock as they trail now for the first time in the game. It's a 7-6 affair following the Wes-Del score by Grow. Gillespie's kick was true. That's a 15-yard penalty on the personal foul. And EH will start this drive at the Wes-Del 39-yard line. Wow. Tough deal. 2 wideouts, far side, that's the short side. The quarterback, Swan, will take it and keep it and try the left side and goes nowhere fast. Runs into a fraternity party at around the 40-yard line. He lost a yard. Unofficially, 3 carries, 13 net yards for Swan. It's 2nd and 11. Good job by the Wes-Del defense on the right side that time. Keaton Bartram, Grow, and Buckner were there. 7:50 to go before halftime. Wes-Del had a first quarter lead a week ago and couldn't hold on. They've got a 1-point advantage now. Let's see if they can make something with that. On 2nd and 11. Quick throw from an empty backfield. It's caught out in the flat. Good running room that time by Rainbolt, who takes it all the way to the 20-yard line. That's a 20-yard connection. Swan to Rainbolt, who has his first catch. 5 different receivers have caught a ball for the Royals. 5 out of 5 through the air for Swan, and it's a first down. 5th one of the night unofficially for the Royals, and they've got a fresh 4 snaps from the 19-yard line. They threaten right away into the red zone. Swan sends a man in motion, 1 runner to his left, and flags fly all over the place before the snap. It's illegal procedure, or false start, if you will, against EH. Their 3rd infraction of the night. It's going to cost them 5. First down, 15 yards to go, coming up for the Royals. Houston Swan has put on a show throwing the balls tonight. He's been very good. 4-year starter. Those are nice to have. Man in motion, that's Arnold to the near side. The handoff goes inside, and Rainbolt runs into a bulldozer for a short gain. Alex Harold with the solo stop. It's a -3. Check it, no gain. Not a -3, no gain. 2nd and about 14. Now a quick throw here on the near side. It's caught by Rainbolt. Jukes the defender, gets a block, takes it on the sideline. 10-5, bumped out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. Let's see where they put him down. It looks like the 6-yard line. 13-yard gain and another first down for Eastern Hancock. 1st and goal. Royals have the ball at the Wes-Del 6-yard line. Under center now with Swan. Spin give, sweep right, cutting it up toward the goal line and into the end zone for a touchdown as Zach Arnold takes it in from 6 yards out. Oh, they're going to say down just before the goal line. Wow. Thank you, says Wes-Del. Now whistle before the snap and a timeout taken by Wes-Del. Take the break with them. 5:47 to go before halftime. 7-6, Wes-Del out in front on Beaver Media, Co-Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place.
Welcome back to the ball game. 5:47 remaining in the first half. It's a nail biter here in Gaston as Wes-Del leads Eastern Hancock 7-6. Second and goal, Royals from the Wes-Del 1-yard line. Swan under center. They'll hand it to the last man through, and that is Mr. Rainbolt for the 1-yard touchdown, and the Royals have retaken the lead. 1-yard run for Rainbolt. That makes it 12-7. We'll see whether Eastern Hancock kicks or goes for two. They're going to kick. Redmond on to try the PAT. O'Neill a holder. Good snap and hold. The kick is a line drive, and it is no good. Wide left for the second straight time. Wes-Del catches a break. 5:45 to go in the first half. It's Eastern Hancock 12, Wes-Del 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Eastern Hancock strikes pay dirt. They cap off a 39-yard drive. Yeah, you heard that right. 39-yard drive for a touchdown. But they missed their second consecutive point after. So it's a 12-7 game with 5:45 remaining before halftime. And here comes the kickoff. Short again. It'll come down and be fumbled, but Wes-Del falls on a short man coming up fast. Couldn't catch it clean, but someone covered it at around the 35-yard line. Wes-Del takes the ball. We'll see if they can drive down the field and get themselves some points and get back on top. You have to be thinking ahead to do it, but on a buzzsaw kick like that at short, call a fair catch. It's all you got to do. But no one ever thinks of it until it's too late. 1st and 10. Warrior ball, their own 35. Man wide left, man wide right, way over here near the Wes-Del bench. Weitzel gives inside. Zigzag running between the guards. Not a lot of running room that time. Looked like Nauman on the carry. It's a gain of around 2 yards. Second down and a 8-yard to go situation for the Warriors. Still plenty of time, still anybody's ball game. 2 men wide, left here. Make it wide right as Weitzel looks to throw. He's got a man and he's caught with the ball out here around the 41-yard line. A nice throw, but a short gain to Nauman. It's a 3-yard completion. Weitzel with a pretty throw. 6 out of 7 through the air for 46 yards unofficially for Weitzel. It brings up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. The nose of the ball at the 42. They need to get to the stick at the 45 to roll it over. Twin wideouts both sides with one running back. Weitzel will roll right, looking to throw. He's going to throw here, not on the sideline. It's caught. Look at the running room inside the 30 to the 25. Nice play that time and a good, tough piece of running after the catch by Adams. Trey Adams with a terrific run after catch.
Adams carries the ball out to the
35-yard pickup. Wow. Just what the doctor ordered.
Hancock. The result of the play is good enough for a Wes-Del Warriors.
Beautiful job that time by Adams to pick up the first down. And another nice throw by Weitzel. Evans putting on a nice display. 1st and 10 Warriors. They're trying to get back on top, trailing 12-7. Weitzel will hand inside, big hole for Groh, who cut to his left and got to around the 30 before the lid slam shut on him. Nice job to recover that time by the EH defense. That's a gain of around 2 yards for Groh.
Gain 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 8 for Warriors.
Warriors will huddle up now and call their play on 2nd and 8. Ball at the 21-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go before half. 12-7 game, Warriors behind. Straight ahead, give that time to Grow as he just puts the nose down and plows straight ahead for a 3-yard pickup to around the 18-yard line. So now you're in the red zone and you've got a 3rd and a fat 5 coming up here if you're Wes-Del. Ball sitting right on the 18-yard line on the near hash. That's the right side of the field as the offense takes a look at the defenders. Weitzel stops, drops, throws. It's out on the flat. It's caught. Taken inside the 15, inside the 10, down around the 6-yard line. That'll be good for a first down, Wes-Del.
The Weitzel pass is completed on the 5.
Will Kelly on the catch.
Cameron Bolts, number 12, on the tackle.
11-yard pickup.
Result of the play is good enough for a Wes-Del Warrior.
Another first down for the Warriors. I've got them for 8 in the game. And it's a 1st and goal situation, and you really want to take advantage down here if you're Ryan Cole's ball club. Man wide way here on the near side. That's Cameron Buckner. Weitzel, hands straight ahead. Bam! Look at that hit in the backfield. Terrific read that time by Eastern Hancock. Cade Nation just pasted him.
Wes-Del ball carrier, number 5, Bill Kelly.
No gain at best.
Number 52, Cade Nation.
Beautiful play. 2nd and goal. Clock at 2:03, 2:02 here in the second quarter. Wes-Del trying to get back on top, trailing 12-7. One back with Weitzel, the rest split either side. Weitzel takes it, rolls right, looks to throw. He's under pressure. Now he breaks away from a man. He's going to have to run it, and he's taken down for a big-time sack. Back around the 20, and you can't do that. You got to get rid of that ball. That's a 12-yard sack of Weitzel. That one hurts. Couple of Royals got him. The upshot for Wes-Del is that it's still only 3rd down and goal, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 20, though, with 1:13 to go before halftime. You can't squander this kind of chance after 1st and goal at the 8. Weitzel, that's Grow with him, and now a whistle and a timeout taken by Eastern Hancock. We'll take the break with them. Minute to go, first half. 12-7 game. Royals out in front of the Warriors on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. It's a nail biter in Gaston tonight. Eastern Hancock has taken a defensive timeout with 1:03 remaining here in the second quarter. Wes-Del trailing 12-7, but they've got third and goal at the 20-yard line. You really want to score down here if you're Wes-Del. This is a great opportunity. Weitzel rolling right, throwing, intercepted at around the 11-yard line, and a nice return, and a flag is laying on the ground. Don't know if it was before or after the interception. The pickoff goes to Braden Tincher. Let's see. It's an illegal man downfield by Wes-Del. The penalty goes for naught, and the interception stands, and a critical turnover by Wes-Del. Tincher made a nice play to run in there and shoot in front of the receiver and take the interception. Wow. Well, I'm not sure if that's what you drew up in the timeout defensively, but you'll take it every time. And with 56 seconds to go in the half, Eastern Hancock has the ball at its own 21-yard line. And if this ends up being the final score, Wes-Del will rue the day that it did not come away with points on that drive. Swan in the pistol, back to throw. Now under a heavy rush, he'll just throw it away out of bounds. That's a heady four-year starter kind of play there. And a flag in the backfield. I wonder if they're going to call a late hit. Swan took a shot. It is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer against Wes-Del. Is that Eric Lehman? It is Eric Lehman, who hit him just a tick late. That's a costly penalty. Gives the Royals a first down. Takes the ball all the way to the 36-yard line. Now, 1st and 10. Royals have 50 seconds to do something with it. Let's see if they do. They've gone back to the pistol. Swan to throw right. He's got a man. It's complete to around the 40, ticking out of bounds. Around the 43-yard line. Another flag is on the field in the backfield. Swan got hit again. It's going to be a holding penalty against Eastern Hancock. That'll wipe out the completion and the gain. 4 penalties tonight against Eastern Hancock, and here again is the signal of the hold. That takes it back to the 24-yard line. First down and about a mile. Ball sitting at the 24. They need the 46. 22 yards to go. Back to throw it is Swan. Throws right. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. That was Arnold, who got popped by Will Kelly to break it up. And it brings up second down. That is the first incomplete pass thrown tonight by Houston Swan, and it was right on the mark. Arnold just couldn't complete the catch. Stops the clock with 32.4 seconds to go before halftime. Royals have the ball on a 12-7 lead. Wes-Del would love to get a turnover here. Empty backfield for Swan. He'll send a man in motion. That's Rainbolt. Swan back to throw. Deep ball down the middle. It is in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. It was right out by the stick. Trying to hit Rainbolt, I believe, that time, and trying to get him at the 45. Couldn't get him. 3rd and 22. It's been a very competitive game. This is a pretty even matchup on the dirt and grass. We'll see if Wes-Del can stop them twice more with the next 28 seconds in the balance. Again, empty backfield for Swan. sends Rainbow in motion. Swan rolling to his right, looking downfield, fires. It's caught, taken to the 40, to the 45, out of bounds, just short of the stick. It looked like O'Neal was the man on the receiving end that time. They're going to spot him at the 42. It's an 18-yard gain. Nice catch and run by O'Neal. That makes it 4th and a fat 3 at the 43-yard line. The clock was stopped on the out-of-bounds completion over there across the way. So you've got just under 21 seconds remaining, and it's 4th and 3. See if the Royals take a shot at the end zone. Empty backfield for Swan. He'll roll to his left to the near side against his throwing arm. Throws it out of bounds. And that might help Wes-Del a lot, because now that's a turnover on downs. But a bigger thing is you give the ball back to Wes-Del at the Royals' 43-yard line. And now if you're Wes-Del, you've got 15 seconds and 43 yards of real estate in front of you for the go-ahead score before halftime. And a lot of their fans will tell you we should have scored the last time and didn't. Let's see if they go with a deep ball here. 15.1 seconds to go at the Royal 43. Twin wideouts here on the near side for Weitzel, who drops. Now steps up, throws a deep ball down the hash marks. It may have been picked off. They're going to mark it an interception at the 22-yard line. Wow. Couldn't tell who came up to pick it up. They're going to give credit for the interception to Cameron Voles. Wow. Well, 8 seconds to go. What do you do if you're Eastern Hancock? Take a knee and go to the locker room? Perhaps. They put a victory formation of sorts out there, and it is going to be a knee -1 for Swan, and that's going to do it here in the first half. What a great half of football, though. Very entertaining and very much an even ball game. We've played the first 24 minutes here in Gaston at halftime. It's Eastern Hancock 12, Wes-Del 7. Back with a halftime show after this break on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
$7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Indiana. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Paul Parker Field in Gaston. We are at halftime of this one tonight in the Mid-Eastern Conference. It's been a terrific battle so far. Eastern Hancock 12, Wes-Del 7 here at intermission.
At the start of the second period.
Great action, very evenly played game. Still anybody's to win. Big time clash tonight as Wes-Del tries to get the first win in the Ryan Cole coaching era. Here's how the scoring went in the first half. First quarter action, Eastern Hancock broke the ice with 1:31 to go in the period. A 38-yard pass from Swan to Arnold. The extra point kick was no good wide left. And it was 6-0 Royals, and that's where the first period came to an end. Each team with a score in quarter number 2. Wes-Del responded with 8:37 to go in the second quarter and actually went ahead on a 4-yard run by Groh. Gillespie's kick was good, and Wes-Del led this one 7-6, heading for the mid part of period 2. But Eastern Hancock took advantage of a turnover at 5:45 of the second quarter, a 1-yard run, or Rainbolt tacked on the final 3 feet there. The kick was no good wide left again, though. And Eastern Hancock led 12-7, but they kept the door cracked open for the Warriors on special teams in the process. So still anybody's contest. And if Wes-Del can just avoid some costly penalties and clean up a few things mistakes-wise, they've got a chance to win this football game here tonight in northwestern Delaware County. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll give you some unofficial individual stats after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Do you remember the high school cheer? 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate?
I do. And the high school teams in our community appreciate all of you. They need to hear your voice, loud and proud, more than ever before.
They need your enthusiasm. They need your attendance at their games and meets. And they need for you to follow virus protocols, get a flu shot, so that they can have a great year.
Your positive, supportive voice is appreciated more than you know. I'm Chris Kaufman.
And I'm Sandra Walter. We're both assistant commissioners at the IHSAA. Thank you again for your enthusiastic support of high school sports.
This is passion. This is enthusiasm. This is community pride. This is what high school sports in Indiana are all about. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime at Paul Parker Field, and this one is really tight. It's a one-score game, anybody's to win, as Eastern Hancock leads Wes-Del by a score of 12-7. Unofficial first half stats. First for the Royals of Eastern Hancock, their quarterback, Houston Swan, having a terrific game. Unofficially 7 out of 9 through the air for 109 yards and a 38-yard touchdown pass in this affair tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different players have caught balls from Swan in this one tonight. Braden Sullivan, a catch for 7 yards. Rainbolt, 2 catches for 33. Arnold with that 38-yard reception for a touchdown. O'Neill, 2 catches, 23. Riggs, 1 catch for 18. Rushing, Swan, 4 for a net 12. Rainbolt with 4 carries for 6 yards. Arnold with 3 carries for 8 yards. 3-4 make it 4 penalties committed by Eastern Hancock for a total of 36 yards. 8 first downs, 1 fumble, 1 punt in the first half by the Eastern Hancock Royals. You look at the Wes-Del side of the ledger. Evan Weitzel, their quarterback, unofficially 8 for 10 in the first half, 92 yards. Also threw an interception. It was a costly one. Receiving, Nauman 3 for 19. Kelly 1 for 11. Buckner 1 for 9. Light 1 for 8 yards. Adams 2 for 45. Rushing the ball tonight, Weitzel 3 for a net -7. He took a huge 12-yard sack on a deep drive into Eastern Hancock territory that, looking back, he'll know I shouldn't have done that. And that ruins his net. Nauman 1 carry, 2 yards. Kelly 4 carries for a 5-yard net. Adams 1 for 2. Grow, who has done a terrific job, came in the game and has carried 9 times unofficially for 41 yards. He has that 4-yard touchdown run to his credit for the only Wes-Del score of the night so far. So, relatively even in this contest. And, just a couple plays the other way for Wes-Del. And they might very well have the lead. They had the ball late in the first half, 1st and goal at the Royals' 8-yard line and couldn't score. That's the series where they took the 12-yard sack all the way back to the 20, and that just killed any momentum the Warriors had built up to that point. But you go to the locker room, still in the game. Anybody's affair to win, and that's a good position to be in if you're a hungry, young, inexperienced team like Wes-Del and first-year head coach Ryan Cole. They could very well pull this one off tonight. We'll take another timeout. Be back to set things up for the third quarter right after this on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime at Paul Parker Field, and a nail-biter tonight through the first 24 minutes as Eastern Hancock has a slim 12-7 lead at intermission over the Wes-Del Warriors. A reminder again, tomorrow, if you're a volleyball fan in this part of the state, Kay Saunders Classic in the morning. It's a terrific annual small school volleyball tournament, and Biff Wilson's club is really playing well right now, so there'll be an armload to deal with for anyone they play tomorrow. So get on out if you can and support the kids. They need it, and they want it, and actually they deserve it. So stop on by if you get a chance to and take a look at that beautiful new field house. I've seen photos but haven't walked in myself yet, but I will. I hear rave reviews about what's going on inside the school building here in Gaston. Warriors have come back out of the locker room. The Royals from Eastern Hancock are the stragglers. They have not come back out yet, but they'll be here in the near future, and we'll be ready to get this one underway. The player who really made a great impression in the first half from Wes-Del is Devin Groh. Plays both ways, running back, linebacker, 5'6", 180, and he gave them a nice burst in the running game on offense. And I suspect we're going to see him get several more calls and carries in this one before this one is all said and done tonight. Here just south of the town of Gaston, Indiana, he put on a pretty good show and was able to get that lone touchdown for Wes-Del here in the game tonight so far, and I've gone on a limb and say that won't be his last touchdown this year, barring an injury of any kind. He's going to be a busy young man, and rightfully so. He's got some talent. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll kick things off here in the second half. It's 12-7, Wes-Del trailing Eastern Hancock on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
We head for quarter number 3 here in Gaston, and a few umbrellas are popping up in the stands now. Apparently it's lightly raining. It's raining lightly enough that you really can't tell just yet. So, hey, you know what? I used to be a weatherman eons ago, and I'll tell you, it can rain all day as long as we don't deal with lightning. No lightning delays. That's in my contract. I wish. We've seen some doozies down here last week. You know, we were up at Columbia City, and lightning delays were common down here back at home. And it's like, well, you know, I'm glad we're sweating and it's dry, because no lightning is a good. Take that deal if they offer it to you. No lightning delay. That's what you want. Teams are back out of the locker rooms, and they're doing their last minute stretching and hydrating before we get the third quarter underway here in Gaston. Terrific having you along for the ride. Not sure of our broadcast plans for next weekend. It's the game on the schedule next week, as Delta and Yorktown are scheduled to tangle. But with this Delta variant version of COVID and these game day changes to schedules, anything can happen. The Tigers and the Eagles are both pretty good teams this year, and that's a really healthy rivalry. I was in it for a long time, and, you know, this could be one of the best Yorktown Delta games we've seen in a while, going back to, the Riley Neal years, that in that era, that kind of a good game. So things ought to be really hopping a week from tonight, but God only knows what COVID will do to the schedule. You know, Delta was supposed to play at Shelbyville tonight at noon today. That's what they thought. Then they found out the game was off, and Delta managed to put together a trip and a game at Lewis Cass tonight, and they're up in north central Indiana getting a game in with Lewis Cass. So I joked earlier today, it's kind of like going to speed dating night at the local pub. You don't know who you're going to play until they sit down across the table from you, and you go, hey, let's go. We've got officials, we've got a field, we've got lights. Let's play football. We're set to go. Wes-Del will kick the ball away to start the second half. Warriors will defend the north goal here in the second half. The Royals will defend the south goal. They have a trio of deep men expecting a short kick at around the 20-yard line or so. Gillespie has it teed up for the Warriors, right-footed kicker. Here's his approach. It's a high, short end-over-end kick. They'll let it hit around the 25 and go out of bounds. That's a penalty against Wes-Del, and you can either back them up and have them kick it again or take the great field position. We'll see which one they choose to do. Most of the time, they just take the great field position, and that's what they're going to do. Royals will have the ball, leading by 5 here to open things in period number 3. Too many penalties in the game, and head coach Ryan Cole will tell you that. He's the first man. They're going to back him up. They're not going to take the field position. They're going to back him up. Say, kick it again. So they'll kick it from the 35-yard line this time in Wes-Del territory. Hard to believe we're into September now. 5 potential football weekends for high school guys in September of 2021. And now kicking it away from the 35 is Gillespie. Here comes the approach. A little bit longer kick, a line drive taken at the 25-yard line, brought straight up the field. Now cutting to the right to the far side is Rainbolt, and a late flag comes flying in on the tackle at around the 37-yard line. And that may be another personal foul against Wes-Del. Flag sitting at the 37-yard line. Another personal foul against Wes-Del. Second horse collar tackle call in the game against Wes-Del, and you're really self-destructing if you do that kind of thing. So you open the half with a -5 penalty for the kickoff out of bounds, and then a big return, and then a -15 on your side for a penalty. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line in Wes-Del territory, and a sweep left here on the near side. Rainbolt couldn't get to the corner. A nice play to come up and bottle that up. That was Groh, who came up and did a great job to stop the play. And that's a -1 on 1st down. Rainbolt, not the biggest guy in the world, but he's very effective back there at running back. 5'11" and 180, and another one of those seniors. And now on 2nd and 11, the Royals keep it on the ground. They give it to Rainbolt, who tries the right side crease and takes it inside the 45 to around the 43. That's a 6-yard pickup for Rainbolt. And it makes it 3rd and about 6. Ball just inside the Warriors' 44-yard line. Royals need to take it inside the 37. Man wide right, slot left, and a flag comes flying before the snap again in the Wes-Del side of the field in the defense. It's going to be against the Royals. False start penalty. I've got them for 5 infractions, and that moves the ball back to the 48-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 10 for the Royals. Wes-Del just trying to get the defense off the field here on the opening series of the second half. Royals stay in the huddle for quite a while. Now they break it loose, and the play clock is at 4 before they even get to the ball. Play clock at 1. They got to hurry. They just get it off. Rolling left, throwing right, caught out of bounds at around the 37-yard line. It's close to the marker on a throw from Swan out here to O'Neill. They're going to mark him a yard short. Gain of 9 when they needed 10. 4th and 1. And if you're the Royals, you got to go. Wes-Del getting caught in a substitution, and timeout taken by the Warriors to avoid a quick snap. We'll take the break with you. 10:07 to go third quarter. Still 12-7. Royals in front of the Warriors on Beaver Media.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
10:07 to go third quarter here at Paul Parker Field. It's 12-7. Eastern Hancock in front of Wes-Del, and it's a 4th and 1 for the Royals at the Warriors' 39-yard line. Under center goes Swan. He'll hand to the right side. Rainbolt has just enough for the first down. He needed 1. He got about 2 before being hammered back by the Wes-Del defense. Tough running inside by Rainbolt. Another first down for the Royals. I've got them unofficially for 9 in the game, and they'll move the chains and get 4 more snaps at the Wes-Del 38-yard line. Eastern Hancock is a good football team, and Wes-Del is hanging pretty well with them. If they just quit making mistakes, things might be different on the scoreboard. 12-7 Royals. Here they are on 1st and 10 with a man in motion and an empty backfield, and now a flag flies. Swan is going to roll. The play will continue. Rolls to the far side, picks it up, tucks it up, takes it down around the 30-yard line. But we've got a flag sitting over here on the Wes-Del side of the field. That was about an 8-yard run by Swan. And now a flag out around the 30 on the other side of the field where he ran out of bounds. So we may have offsetting penalties. Let's see what we've got here as they unravel this one. The officials meet to talk it over. One flag back at the original line of scrimmage. The other one 8 yards closer to the Wes-Del end of the field. Illegal motion and a personal foul on the tackle. Another Wes-Del personal foul. Wow. So they'll mark off the 5 against Eastern Hancock.
Also personal foul against the Warriors.
Wow. That's very, very costly for Wes-Del. That'll take the ball all the way to the 28-yard line. Self-inflicted wounds are the worst kind. It's a first down by penalty, at least it should be. They're going to call it 2nd and 1. Second and 1. Now the whistles blow, and they're trying to figure out with the chain gang, what down is it? Well, we've gotten enough wrinkles out of it to make it 1st and 1 at the 28-yard line. Wow. That was a mess. Man in motion, snap to Swan. He gives to the last man through, and that's nice running straight up the field. Power running inside the 5-yard line. A great run that time by Cole Rainbolt. Wow. I'll mark him at the 1. That's a 27-yard run for Rainbolt. His longest of the night. And it's 1st down and goal for the Royals. Just too many mistakes. Wes-Del has allowed too many free snaps and too much free real estate, especially on this drive. On 1st and goal. Sneak straight ahead. Did he get in? Touchdown. The official runs in from the far side and says he got in, and Swan puts the Royals on the board again. Swan takes it in the end zone. That's his first rushing touchdown of the year, and it's 18-7, Eastern Hancock. Looks like they're going to go for 2, leading 18-7. Swan ready in the pistol. Sets a man in motion. Little pooch pass to the corner. It's going to be easy work. Taking it in the end zone is Zach Arnold. That looked like a lateral, so it should just be a rush for the 2-point conversion. It is good. And Eastern Hancock leads this one 20-7 with 8:30 to go. 3rd quarter. We'll take the break. Back with more after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game. A short kickoff and a fair catch signal was made by a Wes-Del guy, and instead they pick it up and they're going to run it back across midfield. No one saw the fair catch signal in a striped shirt, and the return goes all the way to the 42, maybe 43-yard line in Royals territory. Wes-Del has great field position, and we've got an injured player from Eastern Hancock on the kick cover team on his hands and knees, sitting across the way. So Wes-Del will start this drive at the Royals 42-yard line. Well, if you're trailing this much, 20-7, you take whatever breaks you can get, and when you start at your opponent's 42, that's a good kind of problem to have. Wes-Del huddles up and takes a knee in a show of respect for the injured player from Eastern Hancock. Hopefully it's just a cramp. It's hot and muggy tonight. Could very well be. So that was a nice scoring drive by Eastern Hancock. And, of course, a short field. They go 48 yards for a touchdown. And, two of their three scores have come on great field position. They started their second scoring drive at the Wes-Del 39, and they started the last scoring drive at the Wes-Del 48. Not bad. You'll take it. So the injured player off the field, and we're ready to go. Wes-Del with the ball, trailing by 2 scores now, 20-7. Weitzel will hand straight ahead. Couple of tough yards running inside, down around the 39-yard line. It's going to be a 3-yard pickup as they unpile. We'll try to come away with a ball carrier for you. Will Kelly with a +3. Second down, 7 yards to go. Kelly waiting on the snap. Make it Weitzel waiting on the snap. He'll roll, throw quickly to the sideline. It's incomplete. He short-hopped his intended receiver down around the 30-yard line. That was intended for Buckner. A little bit short, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7. Ryan Cole's ball club is not a bad team. They just have shot themselves in the foot at a few critical points in time. And they're still in this one. You go down and get a score, there's a lot of time left in the game. On 3rd and 7, Weitzel has it, gives inside, tough running room. It looked like Will Kelly getting the carry again, and he only got back to around the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Fourth and 6. Call it the 38-yard line. And Wes-Del is going to go. With just over 7:10 to go, they'll go on 4th and about 6. Weitzel waiting on the snap. There it is. Time to throw. Throwing deep. Down the middle of the field. 4 men are there. And there's a flag comes flying in. It looked like a flag flying in. Pass is incomplete. Wow. Well, they're going to call it clean, incomplete, and that's it. Might have been a beanbag. Wow. Well, my eyes were not playing tricks on me. They are going to call pass interference. Well, you know, some days you're just good and some days you're just lucky. That's a pass interference penalty, and it puts the ball at the 23-yard line, and Wes-Del's drive stays alive. Wow. 7th penalty of the game, unofficially, by Eastern Hancock, and it's 1st and 10, Wes-Del ball at the Royals 23. Here's a quarterback keeper straight up the field. Weitzel gets buried, but not until taking it inside the 15-yard line or so. That's a nice gain on 1st down. About 8 yards. And it's 2nd and short. Good down to take a shot at the end zone here. The last time they got down here, they had 1st and goal at the 8 and couldn't score late in the first half. Now it's 2nd and 2 at the Royals' 15-yard line. Weitzel gives inside, fumble. Will Kelly lost the handle but fell on it for a loss at around the 18-yard line. 2nd fumble. Wes-Del has covered both of them. Well, the sermon on mistakes is really solid. It's 3rd and a long 5, a short 6. Spot it back at the 18-yard line. Wes-Del needs a spark play in a big way. Midway through the 3rd quarter, trailing 20-7. Weitzel has the snap, has time, throwing to the right side. It's caught, taken down at around the 11-yard line. That's going to be near the stick. Buckner with the catch. They're going to put it at the 11, so that's a 7-yard pickup. Nice catch by Buckner. It's the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 11. Warriors on the right hash mark. Weitzel trying to get him on the board. He's going to keep it, run it straight ahead, down inside the 10 to around the 7, maybe the 8-yard line. Not a big gain. They'll walk it in at around the 9. Pickup of 2. 2nd down and 8 at the 9. So you can get yourself a 1st down without getting a touchdown here. And with 4:30 to go, here in quarter number 3, Wes-Del trailing 20-7, but trying to take a little bit out of that. Weitzel with Will Kelly to his right in the backfield. A man goes in motion, and they'll give it to the motion man. That's Nauman, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage, and a flag goes flying in anyway. So it'll be a negative yardage play on the run by Nauman, who was the motion man. And let's see what they do with the flag. Holding against Wes-Del. Just a boatload of penalties tonight by the Warriors. And this one's going to be a big one. And it takes you all the way back to the 21-yard line. Just way too many infractions. Now it's 2nd down and about, you need to get to the 1-yard line. It's 20 yards to go at the 21. Weitzel takes the snap, rolling right, has protection, going to fire back across to the left, and it's incomplete. The ball was there. The receiver couldn't bring it in. Nauman was the intended receiver. That makes it 3rd and 20. Ball sitting at the Royals 21. It's on the left hash. That's the far side of the field as we view it for you. They can get a fresh 4 if they get it inside the 1-yard line. 3:47 to go as rain continues to drizzle down a little bit here in Gaston. Weitzel rolling right, wants to throw it again. He's going to tuck it Now he's in big trouble. Reverses his field. Goes back across the way. A flag flies. Weitzel to the 20. He can't get away from the pack. Got a yard back to the 20-yard line and ran a mile to get it. And it's probably going to be another Wes-Del penalty on top of it. Personal foul against Wes-Del. Another one. Wow. Well, that's going to make it 3rd and a mile and a half. Flag sitting at the 30-yard line. Now the referee, Charles Dempsey, will discuss it. Say, yep, beep, beep, beep. You're in reverse. Move it back. And this is going all the way back to the 44-yard line. That was a spot foul. That's a 24-yard penalty. And you just can't have them. Wow. Well, it's 3rd down. The line of scrimmage is the 44. The line to gain is the 1. Wow, 43 yards to go on 3rd down. Weitzel forced out of the pocket. He's sacked back at his own 47-yard line. It's a 10-yard loss on the sack, and Weitzel just got buried back in his own side of the field. Couple of big sacks in this game by the Royals defense. And wow, the line of scrimmage to start this drive was the 42. That's a net minus 11 on the drive by Wes-Del, and they'll have to punt it away again. In the deep men are at the 20. There's the punt. Nice, high, twisting punt. Fair catch signal. Fair catch made at the 21-yard line as O'Neal hauled it in. 2:40 to go, 3rd quarter. It's the Royals 20, the Warriors 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
1st and 10 for Eastern Hancock. The rain coming down a little harder now. You can actually tell in the sky. And on 1st down, they keep it on the ground for a gain of 5 to make it 2nd and 5. Royals got about 3 on that carry. After all, Rainbolt was the man with the ball. We've got him at 43 yards and 9 carries unofficially. 2nd and 7 for the Royals. Back on either side of Swan, and he'll hand off. Big hole. Nice move to get to it here on the left side, out to around the 31-yard line. Just short of the 1st down. 6 yards. 3rd and short. 1 yard to go on the near hash. Quarterback sneak the old-fashioned way. Single bar face mask and leather helmet time. Very effective even now. It's good enough for a 1st down on the run straight ahead by Swan. Did a nice job. They'll spot him at the 33.
He had to call who he blocked on both sweep and missed it.
1st and 10. Royals ball, Royals lead. Final minute 10 of the 3rd quarter, 20-7. EH over Wes-Del. Misdirection give inside. Rainbolt has the ball, gets popped, crossing the 35. Gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play for Rainbolt. Give him 4. Final minute of the period, running down. Rain bolt, rain shower in a 13-point game. Could be the final play of the period. Royals break the huddle. Man wide here on the near side. Misdirection give inside. Arnold sweeping around right corner. He's got daylight down the sideline and nearly goes all the way. He's bumped out of bounds, but not until getting to around the Wes-Del 40-yard line or so. 21-yard run for Arnold, and that'll stop the clock with just under 16 seconds remaining. They'll spot him at the 43-yard line in Wes-Del territory. Unofficially 13 first downs by the Royals in this one as they hold a 20-7 lead. On 1st and 10, probably the final play of the period. Swan in the pistol. He'll give it left side. Big hole. Look out to the corner, to the 30, to the 20. Heading down the sideline. Can he get to the pylon? He dives. The pylon gets nudged, but they say he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. 40-yard run for Rainbolt. And it's going to be a 1st and goal situation. The clock stops with 7 seconds remaining in the period. Terrific run. Great job blocking it on the left corner by EH. Ball on the near hash. Swan under center. There's a give. Rainbolt cuts it inside. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. Rainbolt, after all that work, gets to polish it off. He's got a touchdown, his 2nd of the night, and it's a 26-7 football game. Terrific job. Trying the kick again on the PAT. Redmond is 0 for 2 kicking the ball. Here's his next try. Low, no good, wide left again. Well, at first you can't succeed, try again. We'll take the break. 3 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Eastern Hancock has blown it open. The Royals lead Wes-Del 26-7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
It's Eastern Hancock 26, Wes-Del 7, as we head for the final 3.2 seconds of quarter number 3. Back-to-back scores for the Royals here in the 3rd period, and they'll get ready now to kick it away to Wes-Del in a light rain. And here it is. It's a line drive. It's a wobbler on the ground. One of the short men will pick it up and take it right to the ground at around the 25-yard line. So if you're Wes-Del, you're chasing now, and you've got to score just about every time you've got the ball to have a chance to win this game. Trailing 26-7. 2 second-half possessions for each team. Pair of punts for Wes-Del. Pair of touchdowns for Eastern Hancock, and that about sums up the game right there. It was 12-7 at halftime. It's 26-7 now. And it doesn't get easier with rain falling. You know you're going to have to throw a little bit. And the defense has its ears pinned back. 2 wide left, One wide right. They'll keep it on the ground this time on the final play of the third quarter to around the 26, 27-yard line. On a carry that time by Will Kelly. Give him 2, and that's the quarter. Tough third quarter for Wes-Del. We'll go to the final roundup. 12 minutes left in this one. Barring a miracle, it's smooth sailing so far for Eastern Hancock. The Royals lead this one 26-7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We move to the fourth quarter here in Gaston at Paul Parker Field, and that third quarter belonged to Eastern Hancock. They turned a 12-7 nail-biter into a 26-7 game. Going to the fourth quarter, 2nd and 8 for Wes-Del at their own 27-yard line. Twin wideouts here left, one across the way on the right for Weitzel, who play acts. Throws a deep ball down here on the near side. There's a man out there just off the fingertips of his intended receiver. That's Alex Light, and he just ran out of real estate. He was about 4 inches away from hauling in that deep ball around the 35-yard line. Sometimes you're just a couple inches shy. Weitzel is 1 out of 5 here in the second half. Royals have been a tougher nut for the Wes-Del passing game here in the third and now fourth quarters. 3rd and 8. Warriors need a big play. Here's the toss on the option this way, and not much running room at all. Down around the 31-yard line, maybe that time, as Will Kelly got the pitch on the option and couldn't get to the edge. Got 4 yards out of it. 4th down, 4 yards to go at the Wes-Del 31. Final 11:25 in the game in regulation at this point. Warriors are going to go. They really have to convert here. 4th and 4. Twins wide, both sides. One running back with Weitzel. And they're probably going to call Weitzel for moving as he gestured and tried to get a hard count. It's against Wes-Del. Costly. That's a 5-yarder. 4th and 9 yards to go. Now the Warriors show punt with a deep man, Rainbolt, at around the 40 in his own part of the field. Comes up, takes the low line drive. That's returnable. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Down the far sideline. He's going all the way to the house for a touchdown. About 55 yards for the punt return touchdown by Rainbolt. Wow. Boom. Bolt of lightning. Unbelievable. He's a terrific player, and that just about breaks the bank right there. 10:50 left in this game, but that was a brilliant punt return. When it's low and a line drive like that and the receiver has a head of steam coming through the crease, wow. He was gone like a rain bolt of lightning. He really did a nice job. They blocked it well for him, Now on to try the PAT yet again. Redmond. And it's through the uprights. Good. Good for that young man. He got one in. Holy cow. 10:50 to go in the game. The Royals are way out in front now. It's Eastern Hancock 33, Wes-Del 7 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Eastern Hancock 33, Wes-Del 7. Brian Beaver along with you as we get back to action at Paul Parker Field here just south of Gaston. And a 12-7 game at halftime has become a rout. 21 unanswered points by the Royals here in the second half, and they lead 33-7. Here's the kickoff to Wes-Del. It's a squib kick and a short one. It'll be taken on a big hop at around the 25, 30, 33, maybe 34-yard line on the return by one of the short men. Light gets credit for the return, and Wes-Del will open it up at around the 35. Now you just want to get some positive things going here late in the game if you're Ryan Cole and his staff. Played much better in half number 1 than half number 2. And when I was young and playing, if we had this many penalties, we would run Death Valleys on Saturday morning until breakfast became fertilizer. Back in the pistol, Weitzel looking to throw. Flushed. He's going to run it. 40, 45, 50 into Royals territory to the 45-yard line. It's a 20-yard scamper by Weitzel and a first down. Don't know if players get punished that way anymore. But man, we used to pay for it big time. That's a terrific job by Weitzel, who was flushed. And it's tough rolling left and throwing with your right arm. You got to be really good as an athlete to make that work. And he turned that into a nice 20-yard scamper. First and 10. Weitzel rolling right, flushed. He's going to keep it again and tuck it under and take it downfield for about a 3-yard gain to around the 42. Evan's a good athlete. As I wrote earlier this week, he made his name making jump shots, but he's not a bad quarterback, especially for a guy who hasn't played very much football in his most recent years. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball sitting on the 43-yard line in Royals territory. Weitzel dropping. Straight drop, throws here on the near hash. It's incomplete short. It was intended for Alex Light, who lost his footing going down anyway. I'm sure the field's a little slick now with a little bit of light rain here tonight. Third and a 8 yards to go situation for Wes-Del. 9:40 remaining in the game. Weitzel looks like Grow to his right. He'll drop and throw here again on 3rd and 8. Flag in the backfield, throw down the middle. It's nearly intercepted that time by one of the DBs. We'll see what the flag is. Came in the backfield. It's a hold against Wes-Del. Flag sitting right on midfield.
10-yard penalty moves the ball to the 3-yard
Unofficially, I've got Wes-Del for 11 penalties. They've got to be pushing the low hundreds in yards penalized in this one. That'll send them all the way back to the 40-yard line. And I don't know whether you can say the good thing when you're trailing 33-7, but the good thing is it's only third down. You've got two chances to pick up 25 yards instead of just one chance. Twin wideouts both sides for Weitzel as he awaits the snap. He's got it. Straight drop, rolling right now. He's going to throw it to the sideline, and it's caught at around the 44-yard line. Going out of bounds. Adams with the pickup. Got about 15, but do we have another penalty flag? Or did they call him out of bounds across the way? It looks like they called him out of bounds on the catch. Yep, that's what it was. They ruled him out of bounds. 4th and 25. Weitzel looking. Heavy rush. Jump pass. Caught over the middle to the 45 to the 47-yard line. 7-yard completion to Grow. Wow, unreal. Grow with his first catch of the night. And Wes-Del gives it back on downs. Warriors 46-yard line, and that's where the EH Royals will have the ball with a 33-7 lead. It's a pretty safe bet they're going to move to 2-0 in league play and 3-0 overall. It would take a major catastrophe at this point for that to change. I believe Swan is still in there at quarterback, 4-year starter. You might as well keep him there, and they'll send a man in motion on first down. He gives a head. Nice running room on the crease by Rainbolt. Took it nearly to the stick, gained 9 yards on first down. Flag on the markers on the ground. Yellow laundry. Illegal motion? Oh. Well, erased that pretty 9-yard pickup by Rainbow.
5-yard penalty.
That one would have put him over 100 yards for the game in my book, but they'll move him back 5 yards to the 49-yard line. First and 15 coming up. 9:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. This was a 12-7 contest when the teams went to the locker rooms. Back in the pistol, waiting on the ball. Houston Swan hands it to the right side. Nice job running to daylight. Still going in the secondary. Look at him go. That's Arnold. He may go all the way. He dives for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. Zach Arnold. 51-yard touchdown run. And this one is all but over. Beautiful run. He started right, cut back left, got all the way to the far sideline and outran the defenders for 6. Terrific run. Wow. I'll be looking at that one on films more than once. That was pretty. Well blocked. Really well blocked. Redmond on to try the PAT. Let's see if he can make it 2 in a row. Hold is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 8:44 left in the game. It's all over but the final score now. Eastern Hancock 40. Wes-Del 7. Back after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. 8:44 to go in this one. Wes-Del trailing 40-7. Second half has belonged to Eastern Hancock all the way.
Will be at home against Stratford Middle School. That will be on Thursday.
Raining a little bit now, and with 8:44 left in the game.
Please continue to follow and support your Wes-Del varsity boys football team.
These finishes get painful when you're down 33 points. You just want to get something going, something positive in the second half. If you're Wes-Del, the kickoff bounces all the way back to the 2-yard line. Here comes the return. Will Kelly got to around the 10, maybe the 11. And that was about it. Man. They're going to mark him down at around the 12-yard line. When things go bad, sometimes they go real bad. And this is one of those halves for Wes-Del. They were right in this game after 24 minutes of play, when they're actually going to put him at the 13-yard line to start this drive for the Warriors. Evan Weitzel still in at QB for the Warriors. There's a handoff inside and not much running room, maybe a yard. They'll unpile it. Was that Nauman? No, that was Grow. No gain for him. And I believe that's his first carry of the second half. That's what I have him for. 10 carries, 41 yards unofficially. 2nd and 10. Final 8:25 to go in the game. Twin wideouts, both sides for Weitzel. Rolling to the right, a flag goes flying in the backfield again. The throw is caught. Buckner has it at around the 25-yard line, but it's probably coming back on a flag in the backfield. Would have been enough for a first down. It's going to be against Wes-Del again. Holding the call. That'll move them back to around the 5-yard line. Second down and about 17 yards to go. They need the 23, so more like 18 yards to go. Dangerous territory with your thrower in the end zone. It's picked off. This could go all the way back. It's going to go all the way back. It's a 20-yard touchdown. 20-yard touchdown on the interception return. That looked like Landon O'Neill. Wow. Well, it's 46-7 now. That, of course, induces the running clock. Redmond is going to try the PAT.
Timeout, Eastern Hancock.
Royals take a timeout. We'll take the break with them. 6:56 to go in the fourth quarter. 46-7 extra point coming up after this.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. We have a timeout called between the Eastern Hancock touchdown and point after attempt. I believe that was Landon O'Neill, who stepped in front of a pass and took it back 20 yards for a touchdown for the pick six on a throw over the middle by Weitzel. And Redmond will try to kick another extra point. He had a horrible night in the first half, but he's much better here after halftime. Right-footed kicker, looking for point number 47. Good snap and hold, kick on the way. It looks like it's through, and it is. Wow. 6:43 to go. We head for the break. 47-7, Royals on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline, skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We'll have a running clock here for the rest of the contest in a 47-7 game with 6:43 remaining. Eastern Hancock just dominant here in periods 3 and 4 after having a 5-point halftime lead. Low line drive kickoff. It'll roll to the 15 and be brought back up the middle. Now cutting to his left is the return man. Got to around the 30-yard line or so. Will Kelly with the return. 1st and 10 Warriors at their own 30-yard line. Their second half sheet doesn't look great. Punt, downs, interception. Just haven't been able to do much against the Royal defense here in the third and fourth quarters. Weitzel's going to sting in at quarterback. He's going to play the whole way, apparently, with 2 men wide on either side of the formation. And we're under 6 minutes to go. Here's a give to the left side. That's Nauman trying to turn the corner at the 35. He's buried out of bounds in his own bench. AJ picked up about 5 yards on the carry. Second down. Don't give him 6 yards. So will I. Two carries, 8 yards. Unofficially for A.J. Nauman. Second down, 4 to go. And the Wes-Del 37-yard line. Man in motion. Option right. Pitch late. That's Will Kelly trying to turn the corner, and he gets to the stick, the down marker, and that's about all. Maybe a yard. Looks like they're going to spot him for no gain at all. It'll be third down and about 4. The mercy rule maybe should have a fast forward component in some some instances because you really don't gain much in this kind of a situation. You risk getting your players hurt in a 40-point game, especially when your starting QB is still in there and you're on the wrong end of that. But Weitzel's going to throw it. It's out here in the flat. It's caught by Adams, turns it upfield into Royals territory, breaks a couple tackles. Look at him fight. That kid is playing for nothing but heart right now, and he just showed a lot of it. Terrific play. 26-yard gain. He had absolutely no reason to give second and third effort except that he wanted to. That was impressive. Most guys would have mailed that in. Well done, Trey Adams. First down for Wes-Del at the 37-yard line in Royals territory. Fumble on the exchange. It's on the ground. It may have hopped right back up into Will Kelly's breadbasket, and it did. Boy, did he catch a break after a gain of 1. Unbelievable. Sometimes you're just lucky. 2nd and 9. Final 3:15 of this one. We will make it very quick getting out of here after the game. To give us a chance to go down and talk to Ron Cole in the drizzle. Man in motion here for Wes-Del. That option right. Weitzel keeps it, takes it straight up after turning the corner and gets down near the stick. He needed 8, and he might have gotten them all. He did get them all. Nice job by Weitzel. Warriors have back-to-back first downs. Final 2:38 in a 47-7 contest. Combination of good offense and some pretty good defense as well for Eastern Hancock here in the second half. And Weitzel, with the play clock down to 9, down to 8, has something wrong with his helmet. And they're going to reset the play clock. I don't know if he has a chin strap issue or a divot stuck in his face mask or what, but he's ready to go now. In the final 2:16 of the game. Weitzel drops, throwing to the left side. It's a deep ball, and it's off the hands of a defender. Incomplete. Probably should have been intercepted, but it was not. 1:52 remaining, and light rain continues to fall. Second and 10. Weitzel scans the defense. One man back there with him. It's a handoff to Groh. Tries it straight ahead between the guards. Got about 2, maybe 3 yards. He's a hard-nosed kid. He runs the ball inside. He's not afraid to go in there. Third down and about 6 to go at the 23-yard line in Royal territory in the final 1:10 of the game with a running clock and a 47-7 Royals lead. 2 men wide left, 1 wide right on third down. Weitzel fakes the handoff up the middle. He throws to the end zone. It is incomplete. Fourth down. The running clock. This should be the final play of the game. And this one was very close in the first half and a blowout in the second half. Probably the final snap of the night for the Warriors. 4th and about 5. Option play. The pitch out is loose on the ground. It was a forward pass. He pitched it forward. It's incomplete. And that should about do it. Final 15 seconds of the game. And the official calls time. And Eastern Hancock gets the ball on downs at their own 25-yard line. Royals have scored a touchdown on every offensive possession here in the second half. They've also gotten a pick six. They've been really impressive in the second half. And this should be, hopefully will be, the final snap of this football game. Wes-Del just didn't have enough to sustain what it was doing well in the first half. And this one is going to go down as a loss in the books for their head coach, Ryan Cole. They got some things to work on. Now keep it on the ground. That should do it. And the game comes to an end, mercifully. The final 2 seconds burn off, and this one is toast. Final score, Eastern Hancock 47, Wes-Del 7. We'll be back with a quick wrap-up after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game. I play for the smell of my leather glove, the sound of infield chatter, and that incredible feel of the ball jumping off my bat. I play for sacrifice bunts and sacrifice flies because they've taught me what it means to be a teammate.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules, time management skills, and the value of hard work and sacrifice.
I play high school softball for my friends who decorate my locker before every big game. That's who I play for. Play for keeps. Play for fun. Play on.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Paul Parker Field. Brian Beaver along with you one final time to wrap this one up quickly tonight. What a game for the Eastern Hancock Royals. They go from leading 12-7 at halftime to winning 47-7. They outscored Wes-Del 35-0 in the second half and won this game going away. The only touchdown tonight for Wes-Del came on a 4-yard run by Grow. Gillespie's kick actually gave Wes-Del a 7-6 lead with 8:37 to go in the second quarter. But, there's not much you could do in the second half when it's raining and pouring, raining lightly literally and raining and pouring figuratively. And the Warriors have a lot of work to do to tighten some things up. But they're not a bad football team. They just have to execute better. With the win tonight, Eastern Hancock gets back on the bus to go home 3-0 overall and 2-0 in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Wes-Del will close out the night 0-2 overall, 0-1 in league play. So that'll do it for us for tonight. Follow me on Twitter at Delco Preps for broadcast plans for next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Stay well, stay strong, stay in the fight against COVID-19. Until then, have a great night, everybody.